over the course of the last week or so, there's been more drama in the YouTube RPG community than you'd find in an all-girls school 7th grade class. Just a lot of things that just leave me with the word disappointed. Just disappointed. I'm going to tell you this, I'm drawing back from some people. I'm dropping some people. And I encourage all you out there to do what I do, man. Just don't pay attention to the drama. I had things literally forced upon me. I was completely trying to avoid them. So I've missed a huge amount of it. And please, whatever I say here, don't try to clue me in on other things. Don't try to smart me up on it. I want to be oblivious. I'd rather just think better of people, honestly, than have to get involved in that sort of debased idea. But I will say this. It reminds me of an old song from the 80s. It goes a little something like this. When you've hurt my friends, then you've hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. Now, let me tell this, because I'm going to spin it back and put a positive beat on it. I do these videos for free because I do them for fun. They're fun for me. You understand? I'm not going to charge you for my entertainment. I'm not trying to make money off you like that. I'm not. And hopefully they're fun for you. And from the comments I get beautiful comments almost every single day. Your video was the funniest video I've seen today. Your video made me laugh so hard it turned my bad day into a good one. Your video has got me back into gaming. I'm gaming now because this is what I always thought it could be, and I see it can be. And I'm going to make it that way for me and my group, or the new group I'm going to find, or just things like that. You know, thank you for this video. Things that they touch me, man. It melts my heart. It really does. I mean, that's great. People take the time to say that. And I really seriously appreciate that. You know, I could definitely be an emotional guy. So I try to live my life with sincerity and with emotion. I have no problem coming at it from any sort of angle. But one thing I do have a problem with is sort of a degree of cancerous negativity. I don't like cancerous actions of people. I try to clip them out of my life. I don't need that. You understand? I don't need to provoke or be involved in situations like that. I don't want to be part of it. You know, if you want to fight with somebody, go fight with somebody else. Because I'm not the guy that wants to do that. I just don't. It's not fun for me. And maybe if it's fun for you, go find somebody else and have fun with them like that. You understand? Seriously. It's just something I find disappointing. And now, let me talk about just a little bit, because I've only seen a little bit of it, okay? But there was so much, and I had to, again, draw back, because that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm about. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to talk to you, to enjoy the members of my barbarian horde, all my rule-eating indigents, all you wonderful people out there that put up with my fucking ridiculous ass, vacillating between the Thunder God and the Trickster. Just try to entertain you, try to make your day a little bit better, a little bit more enjoyable, at least give you some free entertainment. So that being said, let me talk about Andre C. Martinez. Now, this guy is highly intelligent and extremely creative. And those are not words that I give somebody for free. He's someone that I'll probably game with in the future, and someone I like a lot. He's a very cool guy. And I know a lot of bad things have been said about him recently. So I want to say something nice. That's how I want to spend this. I'm not going to go and just start going berserk at people, because I could. But that's not what I want to do. Okay? But let me talk about this one. Matthew Dawkins. Now, let me say this about him. The gentleman is hands down my favorite person on YouTube. I'm covering each and everybody out there. I enjoy this guy tremendously. I've got to spend a lot of time with him on, of course, Skype or Facebook or Google Plus or whatever. Gamed with him a lot. Of course, none of you really got to see very much of our Planescape game. That went on for a good long time. And quite honestly, was in all honesty, it was a better game than the other games that he's posted there. Not that those games weren't very fun and very good, but the Planescape game, that was a hell of a game. I'm going to say that right now. This guy's extraordinarily creative and has done a lot. He's invested in the community in ways that most of you don't know about and will never know about. I'm privy to know those things, but quite honestly, they're not other people's business unless he wants to make you aware of them. You won't be. Now, for people to say that, oh, he's not any good, or Okay, I mean, if you don't like his videos, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to like his videos. And I'll say right now, go subscribe to his channel. Just right up on my link there. If somehow you're like the 3 people that subscribe to me that aren't subscribed to him. But, I mean, he's just a great dude. You know, he's a dirty, perverted little bastard, but he's a great dude. And I got a lot of love for him. So, for anyone to try to diminish his accomplishments or his contributions is, I mean, it's laughable. Let's just be honest. Let's shoot and say it's laughable. This guy has done a lot and brought a lot of big names and created a lot of great content. And that's that. That's that. Now, I just talked about drama in the YouTube RPG community. I talked about the explosion of the YouTube RPG brigade. An explosion that I called from the very beginning. From the beginning, boom! The Big Bang, and your main man was like, it's gonna blow up. You know, it seems like the whole brigade is dead and gone and crushed, and everyone's shouting and screaming at people. And God damn, people, stop being so fucking dramatic. Just make videos, entertain people, have a good time. And if you want to be dramatic, go to someone else's channel. Unsubscribe to me and don't watch my videos. I don't want to hear it. I don't. I just don't, man. I'm here to have a good time, entertain people, and hang out with cool people, and have a genuine connection, exchange, fun. What it's about. I think anyway. I think this is about having fun. And people getting their feelings hurt and so forth, that's not fun. People getting upset and losing sleep, that's not fun. So let's have fun. Let's talk about drama at the table. Now, drama at the table comes down typically to one component. Not having picked the right player. Now, a lot of people are in a bind. And I get this question all the time. All the time. Every day. I get questions this long in my PM box. Questions, multiple. Sometimes it's so many of them. I try to answer them. I'm not going to lie and say I read every word, but I try to. And try to be concise, though. I will request that because I have a lot of things I have to do in life, and you know, trust me, it's just being cool trying to answer questions. It's not, it's a lot of work, obviously, but I've answered hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of thousands of questions just in my PMs. Not the, I mean, gosh, who knows how many that is in the comments? 100,000 questions probably. Who knows? I couldn't even guess. I couldn't even guess. So that aside, when you're picking a group, if you're in a position to do that, you really want to pick the right kind of mesh of people that are going to mesh together well. Now, I don't want to praise anybody's RPG skills to be better than mine. And I'm sure anyone that's watching my videos is like, yeah, no shit. Of course you don't, you arrogant prick. But that being said, I wouldn't clone me and have 6 of me sitting around here and play games, because I don't think that would make an ideal group. I think you need a different sorts of personalities, overall committed to a singular goal, to achieve an end result. Think about that. What do we want to get out of this game? If I'm playing in your game, and half the people that are talking out of character, ruining my scene, shouting over me, having to get their Monty Python quotes in while I'm actually trying to role play, I'm going to go berserk, and I'm going to throw something at someone. Okay, I might not throw something at someone because I'm mellowed in my old age, but I'd like to tell you I would. So that is something to me that is horrendously disrespectful. You've ruined my time. My time is important to me. I'll be dead at some point, and that will be time that I could have used to enjoy myself. You prevented that. We have a problem. Okay, I mean, that's logically detailed out, eliminating my thought process there. Conversely, go the other way. If you are a person who does not want to really roleplay, a role-playing game is essentially just a party excuse to you. You get together with a bunch of people and you have social contact, interaction that way. Quite honestly, I find game masters do not enjoy that. I'm sure there's some out there that do. The fact that I had that opinion before I started this, and it has been reinforced about 1,000 times by hundreds, maybe thousands of people writing to me and saying people with shenanigans like that have ruined my game, destroyed my game, designed me to be out of the hobby. I didn't even know the hobby could be something else. For me, I am a deep, immersive role player. I've posted my games You can see me as a player on my buddy Matt's channel. You can see me playing a game there. You can see me running a game. You see what I do, how I do it. Whether you like it or not, that's what I present. That's what I do. That's my style. That's what I enjoy. And I want people who are of a like mind to create the highest level of suspended disbelief possible. I don't want to play with you. I want to play with your character. I want our characters to play together. I want us to be our characters, if we only for a moment at a time. That's where I am. That's what I vibe on. That's cool. And that style is, for me, the pinnacle of role playing. Now, if you are playing for something else, you don't want to have the wrong kind of players. You know, if you had a group of power gamers that talk out of character, and you added me to them, this is what the game master is. The game master is fucking elatedly happy every single time this has ever happened, and I don't show up the next time. You know, or I leave in the middle of the game. You know, and depending on how old I was at the time, I may or may not have really informed them exactly why, and polite or not so polite terms. I have dressed. I'm not going to lie and put myself over. You know, I will always tell you the truth there. I have dressed down groups of people before for destroying my good time. I do not find that acceptable ever under any circumstances, ever. Okay. As I've gotten older, I have tried to be less abrasive about those things, but no less assertive, and it's just not something that I want to do. You're gonna not have someone that plays my style in your game if you allow people to be out of character. In fact, I've been in games that were so bad, you couldn't even role play with the people. I mean, their attempts were so bizarrely disjointed, and these are people that have been playing for 15, 20 years. And just remember, just because someone's been playing a long time doesn't mean they haven't been doing a terrible job of it the whole way. Now, I will make stark classifications of what is good and what is bad. I will. I just will. If you don't like that, eat a dick. So, but at the same time, if you're having a good time and that's really, really, really what you want, quite honestly, I find it is typically not what people want. They just don't have a good attention span or an ability to shut the fuck up. For me, those are always desirable characteristics in a player. In fact, necessary, because they'll get drummed out of my game. They will wash out, just like someone in the Marines or something. You're not going to last. My players are going to run your ass out of there before I ever have to. They're going to be very furious that you're part of the game because they want to have an immersive experience. They want to role play. They want to get their characters. They want to go through all the psychological aspect. They want to enjoy and explore the world. And once it gets laid bare before them, and they can't do that while someone's over there, nice and neat, some stupid bullshit, you ain't funny here. You know that? Shut up. Okay? And let people talk before the game, talk after the game. We take a break and have dinner in my group. Talk during that. I'll be out of character. Explain, explore, talk about the news or whatever it is. For me, I don't need to be friends with people I game with. I don't need to be friends with them. I don't even need to like them. It doesn't mean I can play with people I just fucking can't stand on a personal level. I am, in a bizarre sort of way, extraordinarily tolerant. I am tolerant of people's ideas, beliefs, however they want to interact. For me, I would have no problem having the Grand Wizard of the KKK, the leader of the Black Panthers, leader of Gay Lesbian Alliance, the head of the Republican Party, the head of the Democratic Party, and an extremist Muslim sitting at my group playing in my game. If they could all fucking role play. If they could all role play, we found commonality, we found a collective goal that we are going to. The rest of it doesn't fucking matter. I don't need to go to the movies at the outside of it. I have people play it for a long time I'm not friends with. It's fine by me. It's much better when you can be. But overall, when you have that experience, that's what you're there for. So, and that might seem extreme. I wasn't lying about any of that. I honestly would play with those 6 people if they were great gamers, and they weren't actively trying to kill each other in my house or something. Hey, for me, as long as if you're in my house, as long as I don't think you're going to steal from me or hurt my family, and you want to bring it, man, that's great. It's even better if you're throwing for pizza. I mean, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. The rest of it is irrelevant to me. If I could be tolerant of all that. I'm not going to be tolerant of somebody playing out a character, though. I'm not. And it might seem even silly. But it's honest. To be quite honest with you, because that's what I want. You understand? And that's what. And I illustrate that point, and I try to put it over in a hyperbolic fashion, so that you pick up on the fact that it's about hitting what you want. What do you want out of the game? How do you want the game to go? How would you like the game to be? Figure that out, and make sure you explain it to your players. And then if they don't give you that in your exchange, which is the game, review afterwards and say, okay, we talked before about this. Well, we got this, and we need to get this at least close to it. Got to make some changes. You can be as nice and diplomatic as you want, but not doing anything about it will not get it better. It generally will get it worse. If people are causing a problem, you got to let them go. But you should attempt to, get them on the same line as you. If you're the game master, you understand this. Players aren't that hard to find. You can fucking make players. You can find people that are smart, creative, and just start hitting the hobby and explaining it to them. You might be able to enlist them. Game masters are hard to find, particularly good ones. Very hard to find. And so when you have that, you are a commodity. A player's not a commodity. And honestly, they're very easy to replace. Even good players aren't that hard to find. Or manufacture. I mean, they might. Well, I'm okay. They're pretty hard to find, and they can be pretty hard to manufacture. Take a lot of time and energy and so forth. So for me, I have no problem with someone that's trying. So I want to make sure you understand that if you're trying to get better, I'm willing to work with you. If you're not, I'm not. You understand? So that's very important to me. Now, I have seen all kinds of stuff. We were talking about a drama. I have seen the drama. Good Lord. And I've seen, particularly in teenage years, I've seen people get their ass whooped in a game. I mean, for real. I mean, get their ass beat, get pulled outside and get beat on. And I ain't going to say I just sit there and I enjoy it. Watching that sort of action. Because there's a clash. And sometimes, it may be, not that I see somebody get their ass beat over a plus one short sword or something, but over conflicting play styles, and it eats and it eats and it eats at the game. And when you're a teenager, you don't really have the mental and social skills to deal with those sort of things. But you see them unfold. I've seen people get thrown in dumpsters, locked in porta potties. I've seen people get that ass whooped over games, and it's generally clashes of style. People are trying to do different things in the game. Sometimes it's over PvP issues or something like that, but a lot of times it's over a clash of styles. And I don't mean a styles clash for the 8 people out there that'll get that reference, but it's very important. And this is how you solve it. Talk to your players. Talk to your Grand Dragon and your militant Black Panthers leader. Talk to your gay and lesbian right director and your head Republican Democrat Party, and who the fuck else do we have in our game here? Oh yeah, your violent jihadist Muslim. Talk to all of them, sit their asses down, and explain where they were wrong. And say, no, this isn't what we agreed on. You got to devise a social contract, and you got to enforce them and call them on it and say, look. And you might not knock it in the middle of the game, but you can make notes to yourself, and then you review afterwards. Review and give your players feedback. Ask your players to give you feedback, and then get on the same page. When you're on the same page, man, everything locks. Like I said, and I use that example, and you should always. Well, I ain't going to tell you that, but I think it's always a good idea to attempt to make friendships with people outside of games, whether things and so forth. I think that adds more value to the whole deal, certainly to the time spent. But even if you don't, you have that time together, and you can enjoy each other there, and you should be able to. But when you have that grading, and that slow grading, and then the time spans over months, over years, that could just lead to a lot of ugly things. And even if it's handled on a more mature adult level, it's just like, you look at each other. You don't have to say, that dude's butt. And you know in your mind, you're just like, I can't stand this dude. Or if it's not quite there, it's just like, oh, that guy. You know, is that what you want? Your role-playing game should be your fun time. You understand? And you're looking at one guy and like, oh, that guy. So, the overall thing here is my horde. Pick your team carefully. Try to deflate drama in a group. Because when you have that drama, typically this is what happens. Game stops running. Who loses? Everybody. Everybody. And a lot of times the guy stops coming back and running games, period. He's like, fuck this. I'm out. Is that what you want? Is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. You let me know. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think is your dream team. What type of players you're like, I need this type, and this type, and this type. And I haven't reviewed it here because the video is long. But what type of players do you like to see in your game, in your dream team? What kind of style do you want to have?